Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yay, yay, yay. Hello, awesome people. It's the lovely Lady Victoria from the VIP Inspirational Academy with another exciting episode of Making Eagle Moves. And today I have the lovely Adriana Richardson. She is full of vim, vigor, and vitality. She's a mompreneur. What can you expect? She's full of energy. And in times like these, she has been kicking the pandemic with her business. And she is here today to share some great strategies with you. If you are a mom, if you have family and you're juggling kids and family life and you still have to juggle your business, then you definitely want to tune in to today's episode of Making Eagle Moves. Again, it's the lovely Lady Victoria from the VIP Inspirational Academy, where we take your passion and your purpose and help you to create the phenomenal results you want to see in your life and in your finances. Lady Adriana, thank you so much for joining me today
Thank
on
you for having me.
Yes, go right ahead. How did you get started with your business? What did you do? And who is the lovely Adriana Richardson? Take it
All
away.
right. Well, let me paint a picture for you guys. We're going to go back just a little bit, a little over 2 years ago. I originally started out virtual assistants. Let me start back a little further than that. So I was volunteering for a local nonprofit.
Okay.
And the founder of that nonprofit actually convinced me to actually start a business because she was like, "You're doing all this stuff for me and like for other organizations." She's like, "Why don't you make it to a business?" So I was just like, okay. Like I wasn't thinking anything of it. Like at the time I was staying at home. So the volunteer work was just something to kind of like fill in the gap because I couldn't really work at the time because I had my then 3-year-old, 3 or 4, I can't remember how old he was. We just moved back to South Carolina. And then of course I had my degree and everything, but here in South Carolina, they like to pay very low for what we have. So it was just the best bet for me to stay at home. So here I am volunteering. She convinced me to do the business. She got me started. So I just kind of like took off from there. I started out as a general admin virtual assistant. And at that time, business actually like took off almost immediately with that. So I was happy for that. But as I worked, I realized there were people that needed help in their businesses, but they weren't really ready, should I say, to actually delegate because they didn't have like everything set up on their end. So like when it came time for me to come in and help them out, there wasn't really that much for me to do because they still didn't have everything situated. So from there, I kind of started pivoting to see how I can help them a little bit more or try to like get them situated with that. But honestly, I'll talk more about that too. It wasn't until COVID hit to where I actually like found my zone of genius, and that's what I'm working in now. And like I kind of like changed the whole scope during COVID. But then I started out as a general admin VA, and now I am known as a digital business manager, where I pretty much help you guys lay out the foundation, and then I have a team of virtual assistants that come in and do like the tasks and everything if needed. So that's a little bit about me.
I love it. I love it, Adriana. Sounds like I'm watching those Power Girl movies. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
But yes, it sounds like you have really been able to do some great stuff. I love that word volunteerism. So many people have been able to really tap into their passion by just using a hobby or maybe a side hustle. And
Yeah.
then pow, they got that light bulb moment and they really have been able to capitalize and monetize and put some proper structure. So that was the word I heard you saying. Even the individuals who needed help, they didn't even know what help to
Yeah.
ask for. So it's just amazing that now the trajectory and where you're heading, you really have that clarity, you really have that structure in your business. It's just really, really great. So, how, Adriana, have you been able to juggle being a mompreneur and making this work, this virtual assisting job?
Ooh. So before COVID hit,
Yeah.
my son, he's now 7. He was in school, and I have, by the way, y'all, I was pregnant when I was doing the virtual assistant thing too. So I have
Okay.
my second son, he's 2 now. So when I started that out, I was pregnant and dealing and working all that stuff. But anywho, back on track. So today, before COVID hit, they were away in daycare, so it was easier. So I had like my work hours, but I will say, even though I had my work hours, I was so busy, I haven't had time to actually like sit down and structure my own business until COVID hit. So once COVID hit, having the kids home and still trying to help with school, like online learning stuff, it was difficult. Like I'm not about to sit here and say like, oh, we got it, but I am not a teacher at heart. I can teach certain things, but little kids know. So it was an adjustment for my son and I, and it still is because we're doing virtual learning right now and it's tough. But what I had to learn to do was figure out an actual schedule, and I had to come up with like, okay, like really break down how much time I had a day to work and how much time do I have to do with this. And honestly, I had to pretty much like go over my whole businesses and just start from scratch and like figure out the time frame. And then from there, I learned that I wasn't really taking days off like I was supposed to, because I felt like because I was at home, I need to constantly work. And we all know that's a no-no. If you are doing that and you're listening, do not do that. Make sure you have days off. But like pretty much I just had to set a hard schedule. Sometimes that meant me waking up at like 4:30 in the morning to get work done. So it's just, I kind of had to pivot and work with what I had and go from there so I could manage.
Of course. Yeah, you again, it's just really been amazing. You've been doing a great job. And as you say, it's easy to get carried away with wanting to be superwoman, super mom, and at the same time, the mompreneur. So I hear you really mentioning some key strategies or key things to help you be more organized as a business person. And it is that you need to organize, get that structure, try and figure out that schedule, right? Your strategy. You really have to write it down if you need to, right?
Yes.
And say, okay, this is a time for my family, my kids to become their tutor at home.
Yep.
As I went to work, then this is the time to be the mom, family dinner, weekends, whenever, this is gonna be our family time. And then this time between like a 9 to 5 are my business hours. I hear you really have had to do that compartmentalization and just really get more organized. And that's a great strategy because, again, as you mentioned, it's easy to get carried away as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. When you have so many hats juggling, when you have so many roles playing, then ideally you can be headed down to creating and making a recipe for disaster and burnout. A lot of entrepreneurs really experience that during this time. So it's just great that you've been able to find something that is able to work more efficiently and effectively. I salute you, Lady Adriana. Awesome. So,
Thank you.
where exactly, share how you've been able to grow in the business. I did hear you being able to pivot, like some before, and afterwards.
Yeah.
But in terms of exactly where you want to go, do you have that now planned out on how you'll be able to grow into it, into where you want to go?
Yes. So, like I mentioned before, COVID definitely made me sit down and like reevaluate like my business plans and everything. So when I first was doing it, I was still operating as like a admin. I still had a team of virtual assistants, but I was kind of like mixed in with that as well. Right. And once COVID hit, I realized I didn't have the time like I used to because, like I said, my kids are home and I didn't really have as much time as I had before to dedicate to working on the businesses and stuff for other people. So with that, I actually had to shut down for a little bit just because one, I couldn't I couldn't manage, and then two, like some of my clients had to stop anyways because they got hit because their clients stopped coming in, which means my income stopped coming in. So yeah, it was like a domino effect. So I had to close down, and I was like, okay, I had to sit down And I was like, okay, let me look and see what exactly I need to do and what needs to be done. And am I even heading in the right direction? So like from there, I realized I didn't really care for some of the work I was doing. So I had to repivot. And I was just like, okay, what do I really like doing? I sat there and I was just like, okay, so what I'm doing now, I actually don't really, I'm good at it, but I don't really care to do it. I feel like there was more for me to do. So I had to just pivot. So I was like, okay, what do I like doing? And that's where the digital business manager came in. And I was like, okay, I'm good at helping other people figure out what they need in their businesses and like how to help them grow. So
Awesome.
so that pivot came in. And once I started kind of playing around operating in that lane, I realized like I felt more enthused. I'm just like, okay, like this is it. Like this is where I'm supposed to be at. So even now, I'm still building towards that. I'm still trying to transition out because people still see me and they see me as like the virtual assistant role. And I'm just like, no, like I'm past that. So it just helped me level up in a sense. Like I did have to shut down. I did lose money. Like I'm not gonna lie there. Like I got hit by it too, even though my business is online. I got hit with that. So, but it gave me the time to reevaluate what I really wanted to do. And I'm pivoting and I'm finally like on the right. Yeah, like I'm on my path. I'm just like every day, I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is it. And like, yeah.
Awesome. You made a very important point as well. Already you were online before the pandemic and COVID and the new normal. And funny enough, as you say, a lot of people didn't even realize that businesses that were already online also got affected.
Yep.
So that's a very beautiful point that you've made. And I just love the way how you were able to reassess, reevaluate, and as you say, pivot. You now saw those problem areas, those areas of need, greatest need. You were able to reevaluate your strengths, your expertise. Is this really the service that is needed? And so as a business owner, if you really want to grow and expand in your business, those are the critical questions that you have to ask, right? As you say, you have your team, but it's just so important that you have to get your strategy right. A lot of persons in my life coaching business, a lot of persons, they have that vision. They know exactly where I want to go. In the next 3 or so months, 6 months, a year, I want to be making 6 figures, 7 figures. We have those goals, right? But a lot of time it's the strategy that or clients, they really don't have that strategy. They really don't have that success blueprint. And you realize that if one link is broken, if just one piece of that puzzle is missing and is off, then you're going to have that ripple domino effect where everything is falling apart. So I just love how, as a business owner, you really have had to do that internal soul searching, deep diving type of work in your business.
Yes.
Just to be able to say, okay, this is now refocus. Let me reprioritize. Let me reorganize. Yeah.
Yep,
And
that's exactly it.
it's just awesome that now you have really found your footing and you're on the right trajectory to where you want to get to. I salute you, lady Adriana.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a lot.
Mompreneur.
I know it took a lot, and it's still a process, but it's going like where I want to go. So I was like, I know 2021 is going to be awesome, and even the end of this year, I'm not even going to like count out the rest of the month or the year.
Fourth quarter, awesome. Heading into the new year, awesome. So you've got to be in the right frame of mind. Again, you've mentioned the team. It's so important to surround yourself with the right team, the right people that are supporting you in that strategic manner, the right set of cheerleaders. Yes,
definitely.
it's good when you have that internal support system in your family or in your inner circle, your friends, whoever mean the most to you. But it's also important to also those networks, those partnerships should also be in alignment. Yes. So if you are around people, your everyday environment is just toxic and not in alignment with your vision, you may definitely want to realign and even
Yes.
relocate. Yes. Before you go into the new year, if you really want to be on that path for success in your business. Those are just some great strategies and tips, Adriana.
Yeah.
Share some of the services that you do offer now in your business.
So some popular ones is always like research and data entry, because I work with like a lot of different speakers and authors and stuff. So like finding events and things of that nature is always like a must. So that's high. And social media management for mainly Facebook and Instagram, that's another high one that we normally do. Then there's I do more like the technical stuff. So I do like setting up people's evergreen funnels in their email marketing system. So like doing their opt-ins and then creating a sequence and how it goes, and just pretty much setting up their CRMs, this anything you could think of, like helping you run your business effectively and setting yourself as a business owner. That's what pretty much we do over there, like inside my business.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. That's just amazing. And again, all of those services, if you are just launching out in business, especially in the virtual space, or even if you already were there and you just need to expand, then don't try to figure it out on your own, people.
No,
No,
oh my
don't
God.
waste time and money. As a business owner, you have to stay focused and do the things that you are strong and good on. Be
Got
the
it.
expert in your area of expertise. If being the tech savvy, funnel savvy, that is not your expertise, find help. Go to the experts. Adriana Richardson is here. She and her team will get you started and get your business really soaring in the way that it needs to take off. So excited again for having you. Adriana, how can people reach out to you, connect with you, find your services?
All right. So I like hanging out on Instagram a lot more than Facebook, but I'm found on both. So for Instagram, you can find me under It's Adriana R, and that's ITSADRIANAR on Instagram. Then Facebook, I'm under Avis LLC. That's AVAS LLC. You'll see like the little cartoon logo with like a bunch of arms coming out of it. That's me. So that's that. Or if you have to find my personal profile, Adriana Richardson, like I have like both. Well, I didn't really mention it in the chat, but I have Mom Moguls and Avis underneath my, I can't remember the name, the banner. So you'll know it's me.
But and make sure to leave those links and your contact information also under the replay. So again, they can always come back and just see those links and get that information too under the.
Oh, absolutely.
It's awesome. I am just so happy that you were able to come today and share these amazing strategies. There are a lot of great points and key areas that you did mention that are so necessary for persons who really want to be successful in business. And, we're just so happy to have you here sharing today on making eagle moves on this series that has really been inspiring and giving people hope, because that is what we want to do. We don't want to just be sharing those stories of gloom and doom, and it's just politics, and it's just the hope as a big headline. But the truth is, people really too have been bouncing back, have been growing their businesses, have been launching new businesses. And so there are stories of hope and inspiration and empowerment every single day. And that's what we're here about too on from the VIP Inspirational Academy. Yes, we want to inspire people into their purpose and inspire people to continue to do their passion, whatever it is they're passionate about. Then they really can be empowered and be impactful, and also empower others to find their way. Somewhere along the way, we can be that light that others need to be able to find their way. Any final words, Lady Richardson?
Of course, I'm going to say, like you mentioned, do not try to do everything by yourself. Let me tell you, I did that. It is not fun as hell. Like, you need to invest in something, invest. Like I always tell people, it doesn't mean you have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just simple $10 a month or something to upgrade like your current system or move places does wonders. So just invest in your business and it will come back to you tenfold. So that's all I have to say. And that is my parting words for that.
Those are some great words. Great power tips. Indeed. You are so right. Again, a lot of people are afraid. Well, some persons, the way we need to look at this, because again, a lot of people try to say, oh, but my job, my income was affected.
Yeah.
I'm earning as enough like I used to want. So people will try to make excuses. Oh, I don't have the money to invest in developing my skills, in investing in my business. And whilst that may be true to a certain extent, it is never enough. It is never good enough to just resort to that excuse of, oh, I don't have enough money,
Right.
or I wish. You have to get into that success eagle mode, eagle mindset, where
Right.
I am gonna do it, because we know when the latest iPhone, iPod, whatever it is drops, Samsung 20,
Yeah.
right?
The money's
People,
found.
people will take out a payment plan, yes,
Yeah.
to upgrade with the newest gadgets and technology and all of those things. And yet they don't think they can take out a payment plan to a 4 months or 16 weeks program to, start a new business, to expand
Yeah.
their business. Something that if they make that short-term investment in six
Right.
months, they could be hitting six figures. Yes. In
Right.
a year, they will definitely be more financially well off than where they are today. So that was just an excellent point that you made, Lady Richardson, about really investing in those services and in those businesses that will help to advance your passion and your purpose. Yes.
Right.
So that's what life is about. Only a life that is lived according to purpose will ever be good enough, and a life that really brings meaning and impact in a very powerful and significant way. Again, thank you so much. You have been great. You are doing great in your business. I wish
You.
you every success. Just know that we are here at the VIPIA to support you and your team. And we definitely will be partnering on some things in the near future.
Yeah.
So just listen out for that. And again, you're just going to continue to soar into 2021.
Yeah.
I love it. Yay, receive it.
Yeah, definitely.
Indeed, indeed. So once again, lovely people, it is the lovely Lady Victoria from the VIP Inspirational Academy on another episode of Making Eagle Moves. And at the VIPIA, we take your passion and your purpose and help you to create phenomenal results in your life and in your finances. Have a beautiful day. Thanks again, Lady Adriana.
Bye.